If you're watching this video because you're considering buying the Epson Moverio BT-300 smart glasses for AR and drone flying, you are in exactly the right place, because I'm about to save you from a massive headache and a huge disappointment. I'm going to show you all the critical problems that no one else is talking about. But here's what surprised me. After all the frustration, I actually found a very specific type of person who might still love them. Therefore, you might be shocked by who I think should actually buy these. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's be brutally honest right from the start. The Epson Moverio BT-300 represents a fascinating and deeply flawed glimpse into the future. They are augmented reality glasses that project a transparent, floating screen right in front of your eyes, meant for drone pilots, tech enthusiasts, and AR developers. On paper, they sound like a dream. You get a wearable display with Android built-in, a camera, and the freedom to use apps without holding a phone. Therefore, the potential is incredible. But the reality of using them daily is where the fantasy crumbles, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. I promise, by the end of this, you'll know if these are a hidden gem or a $700 paperweight specifically for you. First, the physical design. Putting these on feels less like Tony Stark and more like you've strapped a bizarre scientific instrument to your face. They are not sleek. The arms are thick, the front module is bulky, and the overall aesthetic is what I'd call prototype chic. It's a problem because smart glasses need to be wearable, not just functional. Therefore, you will get stares and not the good kind. You'll get the "what on earth is that, and why is it on your face" kind of stare. It's like wearing a pair of futuristic ski goggles to a coffee shop. Joke number one. Wearing these made me realize I have a face for radio and glasses for a cyborg. The comfort is another major battle. The nose pads are firm and, for many, create uncomfortable pressure points during extended use. The arms don't have much flex, so if you have a wider head, prepare for a gentle but constant squeeze. It's not painful, but it's a persistent reminder that you have a computer on your face. Now, let's talk about the core experience. The display. This is Epson's pride and joy, and it is a genuinely impressive piece of technology in a vacuum. The silicon OLED microdisplays are sharp, bright, and the transparent nature is cool. You can see the digital image floating in the real world. But here's the critical twist that ruins it for most people: the field of view. It is tragically small. Imagine looking through a postage stamp held at arm's length. That's your AR window. Therefore, instead of feeling immersed in augmented reality, you feel like you're peeking through a tiny portal at a separate digital world. It's not encompassing, it's intrusive. For watching movies or browsing, it's like having a small tablet screen locked in the upper right corner of your vision. You can't move it. Your eyes have to dart to that specific spot. After an hour, my eye muscles were more tired than my legs after leg day. This is the single biggest problem, and it fundamentally limits every application. Let's move to the software and performance, because this is where the frustration truly boils over. The BT-300 runs on a now-ancient version of Android with a heavily customized launcher. The processor is slow. We're talking molasses in winter slow. Therefore, basic tasks like opening the settings menu or switching between apps involve noticeable lag. Trying to use the built-in Chromium browser to watch a YouTube video is an exercise in patience. The interface feels clunky and unintuitive. It's not a smooth, polished experience. It's a constant fight. Joke number two. Using this interface is so slow, I had time to brew a cup of coffee, drink it, and contemplate the meaning of life while waiting for the camera app to open. And speaking of the camera, it's a mediocre 5-megapixel sensor. The video quality is poor, and using it for any kind of AR overlay or recording is underwhelming. The onboard storage is minimal, and while you can expand it, the system chokes on large files. But what about the flagship feature, the drone compatibility? This is the one area where the BT-300 has a dedicated fanbase, and I need to explain why. For DJI drone pilots, these glasses can connect directly to your remote, displaying the drone's FPV camera feed right in your eyes. You look up to see the sky and your drone, not down at a phone screen. Therefore, the immersion for flying is significantly better. You have a clear, unobstructed view. And this is a massive but, you still have to contend with that tiny field of view for the feed, the comfort issues during long sessions, and the fact that you look utterly ridiculous to anyone else at the flying field. It's a trade-off. The benefit is real for serious pilots, but the drawbacks are equally real for everyone else. Let's address battery life, because it's another promise versus reality situation. Epson claims around 6 hours. In my real-world testing, with the screen at a reasonable brightness and actually using apps or a drone feed, I was lucky to squeeze out 3.5 to 4 hours. Therefore, a long afternoon of flying or tinkering will require the included external battery pack, which is just another cable and brick to manage. It charges via micro USB, a port that feels like a relic from a bygone era in 2023. Every time I plugged it in, I half expected a messenger on horseback to deliver the charging notification. The external pack gets warm, and the whole setup feels fragile and fiddly. It's not a seamless, all-day device. It's a tethered experience with a countdown timer. So after all these brutal problems, the awkward design, the tiny FOV, the sluggish software, the mediocre battery, is there any hope? Is there a resolution to this story of frustration? This is the contrarian snapback I promised at the start. Therefore, here is my honest, positive conclusion on who should actually buy the Epson Moverio BT-300. It is not for the average consumer. It is not for someone wanting cool AR glasses to watch Netflix. It is absolutely not a general-purpose gadget. Joke number 3. Buying these for everyday use is like using a satellite dish to listen to FM radio. It's overkill for the wrong job. However, for a very specific user, these glasses are a unique and powerful tool. That user is the dedicated, professional, or semi-professional drone pilot who prioritizes an unobstructed field of view while flying above all else. For that person, the trade-offs in comfort, bulk, and software clunkiness are worth it for the pure FPV experience. Additionally, for a developer or tinkerer specifically working on AR applications for this form factor, the BT-300 is a legitimate development platform you can actually buy. It's a window into the challenges of the industry. Think of it this way: the BT-300 is not a product. It's a prototype you can purchase. It shows you what's possible and, more importantly, what needs to be improved. The technology inside is clever, but the execution is half-baked. Therefore, your purchasing decision comes down to a single question. Are you the niche user who needs its one or two specialized strengths so badly that you're willing to forgive its mountain of flaws? If you are a drone pilot nodding along, knowing the FPV benefit is exactly what you need, then these might be your secret weapon. For everyone else, the current generation of AR and VR headsets from other companies offers a far more complete and enjoyable experience. Joke number 4. Telling a friend to buy these for fun is like recommending they get a pet lobster. It's a fascinating conversation starter that quickly becomes a logistical nightmare. In the end, my goal with this review isn't to simply trash a product. It's to give you the unvarnished truth so you can make the right decision with your hard-earned money. The Epson Moverio BT-300 is a fascinating piece of tech history, a stepping stone to a better future that isn't quite here yet. For its intended niche, it can be a game changer. For the rest of the world, it's a frustrating preview. Therefore, if after hearing all this, you are that dedicated pilot or developer, and you understand exactly what you're getting into, then you might find a strange love for these quirky glasses. They are a tool, not a toy. And for that specific tool user, they can be worth every penny of their admittedly high price. So, if you've decided you are that person, and you want to experience this unique FPV view for yourself, You can check the current best price on Amazon by clicking the link I've put in the description below. Thanks for watching.